Hi, I'm Tom Wilgum, and welcome into the ASUG News Studio, broadcasting live here at TechEd and Decode. And once again, we are sponsored by NTT Data. Well, I'm delighted to have Yad Oren back with us in the ASUG News Studio. Yad, welcome back.
Thank you, Tom. Happy to be here.
Great. This is a very timely interview. We spent some time with you at annual conference in Sapphire Now talking about SAP Web IDE. And at that time, you guys were just releasing the beta version.
Right.
And we're going to get into actually what's happened since. But first, for our viewers, what is this product? Tell us a little bit about it.
Sure, so basically it's a web-based development environment that gives you everything you need, like Bjorn Gorka put it well in his keynote, everything you need to build or extend your application. Simple as that, no need for installation, no need for any complexity. If you want to build or extend your application, this is your solution.
What is the reason why this is so strategic to SAP going forward? Tell us a little bit about that.
You're right, it's a very strategic product, and we saw an amazing exposure right here in TechEd, in Steve Lucas' keynote, in Bjorn Gorka keynote. And it's basically three very important points. The first one is Fiori. Fiori is being massively adopted by customers, and many customers come to us and say, how can I create my own Fiori application or extend them? And they want to enjoy this paradigm which simplifies the access to your backend, which give you increased productivity. The second one is the power of the cloud. We are based on HANA Cloud Platform, and this gives us tremendous power to do anything and provide a super efficient development environment. So just to name a few of the capabilities, you have no need to installation, or you're always on the latest and most updated version. If you know on-premise development, when you need to install things, this can be pretty tedious. And you can develop from anywhere. Actually, customers are starting to develop after a session right from here, from TechEd, which is amazing.
Wait,
you can
this is happening right now?
You can go to the Fiori Cafe and see customer project. It's amazing.
Okay.
And the last point, which I think is the most important one, is the simplification. This is a very big thing going right now in SAP. We simplified everything, so there is one experience, one tool, that you can do everything, really spoon-feeding feature like template, wizard. You practically don't need almost to write any line of code.
Well, that's what I was going to ask you about. I saw that in some of your work, that you're saying, you know, for people who are not hardcore developers, there is a chance, or there's a possibility that they can use this as well.
Yes, because we want to really allocate the professional programmers to the really heavy lifting development task. And when you build a Fiori application, when you build an application in our times, it should be simple. And this is why we are providing this wizard. And you saw the keynote, Bjorn created an end-to-end application, pretty complex one, without writing any line of code. So this is a really common thing we're seeing right now, and we have great customer testimonial about it as well.
That's really cool. So give us the update. Since Sapphire and Annual Conference, since you guys released it to beta, what's happened?
So I was here and I made some quite of promises. We released the beta on Sapphire, and I'm very thrilled to say that 3 months later, we have over 1,200 customers using the beta version.
Wow,
this is amazing, and we get
great.
Tremendous feedback.
So, you mentioned customer stories. Give us your best customer story that you've seen.
This is my favorite part. So, just yesterday I was on stage with the good guys from PepsiCo. Straight from Texas, came and told about their scenario. They did an amazing extensibility use case where they took Fiori purchase orders application and contract approval and customize it, and the session is recorded and you can see it yourself. It was a packed session, and in addition to this, well, we have enormous tweets and customer endorsement, and as I said, just go to the Fiori Cafe, you can meet our customers, it's amazing.
That's great. The Fiori Cafe over there?
Fiori Cafe over there,
you can get a cappuccino and then...
Yeah, I'd rather take it with the soy milk, but you can take it with
Okay. So, last question for you, then we'll let you go. What's the next step? What's the roadmap going forward?
So the roadmap is elaborating the tool for more persona. This is a very growing trend right now in the IT world, where the line of business and designer want to be more involved in creating application. So we are catering to their demands. There was a really cool feature, just to name one of them, in both keynotes actually, from Steve and Bjorn, of the layout editor, when you actually model an application in a graphical way. And this is a very big thing. Also integrate to some prototyping tool is something that we are evaluating. In the end of the day, we want to bring one environment to all personas, to all the necessary steps to build or extend your applications.
Yeah, that's a great way to end the interview. Thank you for coming in, and we'll have you next year and we'll see what's happened since.
Sure, man.
For more customer stories, please check out asug.com as well as asugnews.com.